Hello there, Kwabna here. I'm here to give you a quick rundown of Quick Apply. Right, I'm going to first show you the web application, and then we're going to caveat that with a little bit of the extension to show the difference. Right, so all you have to do is come to Quick Apply's website. You click sign in. Right, here you have Quick Apply. You're already logged in. What you're going to do is you're going to find a job. Right, here we have a job. Um, Project management at Strathmore University. And all I'm going to do is just copy the link of the job, right? Come to Quick Apply, you click use URL, you paste it, you click extract. Just like that, it's going to find the actual job page in the world and pull all the information, as you can see. This applies across board. Next, you hit the button called for check. This gives you a quick analysis of the actual job. If it's legit, if it's fake, it will tell you. It will tell you if it was posted on another job that is fake. It will give you a heads up. So you can see that it even gives you verification steps to follow. It gives you the sources to follow. You can give some feedback. Next, you can then upload your resume, paste it, or select it if it's already in the platform, and then grade it immediately. This is what you see when you grade. A lot of people lack visibility. They think they have a resume, it's just to send it. This tells you why you're not a good fit. This is why candidate people are not picking your resume, right? So what can you do from that point? You can immediately generate a resume. Take a couple of seconds and then allow you to actually pick a template. Let's just go for the first one. And just like that, you have the resume in front of you. Let's quickly grade it and see the difference between what you saw as a first grade and this one. Great. New resume created 95. This tries to install integrity, so it will not fake your credentials. What we'll do is to adjust things, but things that are factual stay factual, right? So it will not try to get you 100 regardless. This person was just very aligned, the demo resume. So that is one thing. Next thing you might ask, if I want to make some adjustments, right? What do I do? Just click the open editor. You come here, you can make any edits and scroll up. You immediately see your changes. Ta-da. Now, what can you do from that point? Of course, you can go into a specific section. You can click, hey, write in French, and it will rewrite that whole section for you. Yeah, just like that's written out perfectly. What can you do from that point? Of course, save it, close it. You can pick templates, edit it. You can now generate a cover letter, right? So when a school asks you or an institution asks you for a cover letter, it doesn't take you that much. You just have your resume, you have your job description already up there. Resume written. You can make any edits you want. You can copy it, or you can even download it in Word or PDF. Quick, fast, smooth. Next, you can actually answer questions. So as you apply, you see questions like, why do you want this job? Or what salary rate do you want? So you can easily just put that in here and it will answer you, right? Based on the job description and the resume. Now, the thing is, if the answer is not here, it can go online. It will do some research like, what salary range do you want? It will do some historic data, do some analysis on your resume and say, okay, this is the kind of range you should ask for, and will actually source its answers. So you actually know where to go. Next, you can, of course, in order to save time, I'm not going to go through it, but you can easily generate follow-up emails after you apply. You can actually generate follow-up emails after you have your interviews. These are important because this is how the recruiter knows that you actually care to be there, or the specific individual. Next, you can generate some connection requests. Of course, you just have to put the details in there. Before I go to prepare for interview, I'm going to show you the recommended jobs feature. Recommended jobs is a feature that helps you actually search for jobs. So let's just say you don't know what job you want today. All you have to do is click this button called recommended jobs. You actually get to either click this or click this. I'm going to start a new search. All I have to do is just paste the resume, as I did already, right? And then click use this resume, click next. Then you can generate roles. What we'll do is to look at a resume and actually generate a few listings for you based on your resume. You can adjust it. You can go to the next section, which is actually to set some parameters like the salary, the location. You can pick US, you can pick Canada, you can pick anything you want, and then you pick some contract details. Next, this is what it will look like. This time I'm just using demo data, but this is what it will look like. It will actually go find jobs around the world and bring them to you in a streamline. So you don't have to go from LinkedIn to Indeed to all this. That's all up, right? Once you find something that you like, all you have to do is, of course, maybe view it, and then you click select this job, and it will load it right back to the tool. So it's literally a smooth process for you now. You get to create whatever documents you actually see fit, and push it from that point. Now, in order to bring it back to the prepare for interview, this is what it will look like. Of course, you just put the details, the link back, bring it back to Strathmore. Then you just paste your resume, right? Or select a resume. In this case, I'm going to paste, and I'm going to click the button prepare for interview. Then you're going to see this interface. What can you do with this? Here, you're going to put something like with CEO, or let's say director, right? Of school, right? or you can just carry the email that was sent to you for that specific interview and put it here. So whatever preparation for that interview is going to use that information, the job description, historic data, go online and actually prepare you specifically for that person. You see where I'm coming from? So every question you ask is intentional based on your role and that person's specific role and how both of you will be relating. It takes quite a lot of the stress, and this is what it will look like when it's done. You can see the documents have been prepared. Now you can quickly just open this section called company overview. You can see that it gives you a clear description of what the company is about and where they're going. This is important because you have to know what you're actually going to interview for, right? So it takes quite a lot of the stress of trying to actually search for their resources around the world. You just quickly get some quick prep and then you're out, you're ready. This I tell candidates, of course, memorize it. Whatever you say in that first question, which is tell me about yourself, is very important. It makes them know that you actually want to be there. Of course, after you're done, you can just take it to show that you're actually done with that section. Why you're a strong match, you actually point out what exactly is strong about your history versus the specific role. Go ahead and keep that in mind whilst you actually apply. It points out where you're weak and the strengths where you actually need to prepare in order for the interview to actually go quite well. Very clear what to do with that. It gives you some preparation questions to actually prepare with. Of course, you have the chatbot here. What will happen is you can just take this question, put it in there, and ask, hey, how do I answer this? It will give you a relevant answer based on your experience. So pretty much you can see how I'm trying to make sure that the candidate is very relevant in everything they say, do, act on within that interview. Now, of course, you can see that it has actually come up with some questions specific for the director of the school. The candidates can actually pick 2 to 3 questions, have fun with them as they wish. Then, of course, you can see past interview questions. If the school is popular, the questions already most probably known, like Tesla, Windows. These are kind of known. So, of course, it's up to you to actually just pick any of those and learn them just for the interview to come. And then, of course, here you can see it's going to find, like I'm talking about, resources that you most probably want to watch in order to increase your knowledge base to actually make yourself highly relevant during the interview. So this is going off the fact that it saw your weaknesses from your resume and it's teaching you what you need to learn. So if you don't know how to code a specific language, you say, hey, maybe watch this video, try and test yourself out. Of course, there are some documents and articles here. Now, what I'm going to do next is actually going to show you the extension aspect of this tool. Why? Because people actually are on job boards like LinkedIn, Indeed, the actual glass doors and stuff like that, and they actually want to still have access to such a tool. So what happens is that all they have to do for such things is that they can download the Chrome extension, right? They can end up on a page like this, right? Then they have to just click the button Quick Apply Pro. Just like that, they are putting the information of the job that they are looking for everywhere in the world. As you can see, now it's become a streamlined process, right? That literally, if you have a link, if you have the details of the job that you saw on the streets, if you actually are on a job board searching, all these tools that I'm bringing, which is the creation of resumes, the cover letters, the fraud detection, is all being brought into one portal that makes it very relevant for people around the world, not just the young ones, but the older generation as well, as they try to modernize their resumes to their current world, right? So literally everything is streamlined for the candidates. Of course, if they want to see their old jobs because maybe they just got an invite to a job, they can just come here. It's just a matter of, viewing the details and whatever, or they can just load it back into the main page, right? And then generate away or prepare for their interview, right? So you can see how this platform has tried to bring all the branches of applying into one smooth application that makes it worthwhile, right? Something that would take people a day, 30 minutes, all these kind of long processes have now become a 10-minute process, 5 minutes. Some people even tell me that they apply in 2 minutes. And we are getting people who are getting interviews 7 in 1 week.